And you've been talking about enjoying the fruits of your labor. Is there anything in your 35 years that you've consistently seen in folks who walk in and it's like, we didn't do things right. Maybe we can't enjoy as much as we wanted to. Is there anything in particular that different people consistently do that you've noticed is a hindrance to their retirement?
Yeah, I think some of it is, just choices that they've made. And again, when you're in that accumulation phase, Kamie, it's sometimes it's just, I refer to it as you either enjoy life now or you enjoy it later.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have a balance. You can have both. And, it's a little bit of a corny phrase to say, but when it comes to retirement, it's all about deferred gratification. I can enjoy everything now, or I can just defer some of that. And again, everybody's different. Some people make $35,000 a year. Some people make $350,000 a year. So saving 10% for one is different than saving 10% for another. But I also want to just say that it goes back to the living life with intentionality. It's like, even with your money or your lifestyle, be intentional about what you want to do, because oftentimes what happens is if you don't design the life you want, you run the risk of drifting into a life that you maybe didn't want. And so some of that intentionality is, we go through some exercises with some of our clients as they're approaching retirement, and we literally will sit down with them. And, one of the things that I find is kind of a fun little exercise is I'll take a piece of paper and I will draw 6 lines, which represents 7 different columns. And I'll just not show them this piece of paper, but I'll ask them, I'll say, tell me what's important to you in retirement. What does retirement look like to you? And of course, oftentimes it's, I want to travel. I want to go golfing. I want to go fishing. All of these different hobbies that maybe they didn't have enough time to do when they were working. And so then I basically get more granular with them. Okay, well, what days would you golf? How often would you golf? Would you golf in the morning, afternoon? And I've got 2 lines drawn in the paper. So I'm saying if it's in the morning, well, I would for sure go golfing on Tuesdays and Fridays. And so we write this down. We go through this little exercise. It takes 5 minutes. Anything else that you want to do, I'll ask them. And they'll say, no, I think that's about it. I turn the piece of paper over and I'm like, there's a lot of white space here. What is it you want to do to fill in this white space?
Yeah.
And that exercise alone, I can tell you, at least 5, 6, 7 people have said, I guess I really never thought about it. And maybe I should pause on retirement because I thought all of these hobbies I was going to do, but you're right. And so that gets back to be intentional and design the life you want to, because the life that you have when you're in your 30s, 40s, and even early 50s is a lot different than when you're in your 60s and 70s.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people, when they retire too, are just overwhelmed with the financial side of it. But a lot of their identity is taken away because their identity is tied into where they were at, their employer, and the colleagues and the friends that they've developed. So it's a lot going on in retirement. It's not just about the finances.